Yeah, so I was at the co-op gas station and I heard these ladies, there's 3 ladies that are working there and they're all kind of huddled together and they're talking about bath water. And I was like, oh, what are you guys talking about? What are you guys talking about? And they're like, oh, just some TikTok stuff or whatever. And they didn't really want to tell me. And I'm like, was somebody trying to sell their bath water to men? And they're like, yeah, how do you know? And I'm like, well, I went down the underwear rabbit hole where women sell their underwear to men for money. And I was like, I went down that rabbit hole because I was considering it because I was like, what? Somebody wants my underwear and I can make money off of that? Like, what? And so they were like, and so we were laughing so hard. They're like, yeah, this Jack, she has a bath, on her for OnlyFans or what is it? Is it
OnlyFans?
OnlyFans page.
OnlyFans.
And, she has a bath and all this. And then she sells bottles the bath water up and sells it to these men. And she's making all this money. And I was like, that's so crazy.
You know what?
And good for her.
Feminist capitalism. I'm embracing it. I know. I love, I know a lady, I don't know her, but there's a lady on TikTok that I found that sells her socks. So men send her the socks. She wears them for a week and then she ships them back and she charges them like $5,000 or something. And I'm like,
nothing surprises me.
I'll wear your socks. I don't think anybody has the gilf foot fetish, but I'm here for it if anybody's interested.
Oh,
of course they do.
I'm sure
of course they do.
I know.
It's out there.
We'll start our OnlyFans. Yeah. You know what? Whatever. I got cute feet. I'm good.
We're embracing.
Yeah. You can't tell age from my feet. They look real cute. Real cute. I'll even put
you look real cute. You're cute, Gil. Don't worry about it.
Look at this.
Yeah. So beautiful.
So I wonder if
my
I should
hair
be getting
turns into mad scientist.
I wonder maybe for Christmas I'll be getting you girls GILF t-shirts, matching GILF t-shirts.
Yeah.
Or bumper stickers for your cars.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, we should definitely get some Murder of Crones merch for our superfan.
We should.
We should definitely also get it for ourselves. We need to.
Yeah.
I'm not too ashamed to promote my own podcast by wearing my own merch.
Absolutely.
Good. That's good.
I know, right?
Not too proud.
I love it.
I'm down with it. Kori could have a ball cap that says Murder of Crones on it.
Oh,
right?
that would be
perfect
fun.
for her. Yeah.
That would be fun.
What would I have?
Oh, you need to have
you need to have a necklace.
I want you to wear a crop top that has just Murder of Crones or the pants with it on the ass. The Murder of Crones on the ass.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yes. I can twerk.
Tracksuit.
Yeah. Drop it like it's hot. I think I will just need to wear a t-shirt. That's my I'll wear a t-shirt that says Murder of Crones. We have our lanes. We stick to them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Fine. Well, on that note, welcome back and thank you for joining us on another episode of Murder of Crones, the podcast where 3 Gen X women talk about life in the patriarchy through a feminist lens, one episode at a time. And I'm one of your hosts today, and always one of your hosts. And with me, I have my lovely co-host. Do you want to introduce yourselves, ladies?
Sure. I'm Jen.
And I'm Zabrina.
And we are the Murder of Crones.
And you're Kori.
And I'm Kori. Thanks for reminding me.
You're important, so I thought I'd just,
especially on the episode that you're hosting.
Yes. Good point.
Yeah.
So today we're traveling culturally, geographically, and imaginatively into some curious and quirky and meaningful global holiday traditions. We're going beyond the standard reindeer and Santa tropes to explore global practices that surprise, delight, sometimes unsettle, and always make us think. We'll look at what the tradition is, how it's celebrated or enacted, where and who participates, and how common it might be. So grab yourself a cup of cocoa, get cozy, and let's settle in for some seasonal delights.
All right, let's do it, ladies.
Finish my
ready.
cocoa.
So what do you guys think?
I like it. Off kilter, on point. I like it. Guys, what does that mean?
No, seriously, what does it
mean? Okay, so I wanted to start off this episode talking about our own traditions and ways in which we celebrate the holiday season, whether it's like Christmas, Yuletide, solstice. I don't know what you guys do or how you celebrate. Love to hear about it. So what sort of traditions and whatnot did you grow up maybe with, and or do you implement in your own families?
Big
Um,
moves. Big moves.
yeah, I have a German family.
Yeah.
And so, well, my dad's side is German, but Germans really like, they slay Christmas. That's a real good holiday for Germans. And so we have always have like traditional German baking in my house, which we all love. And so we make the Lebkuchen, we make the Pfeffernuss, we make the Stollen, we make, the various different cookies. And my mom, grandma matriarch of the house, does gingerbread building with the grandkids, and she used to do it with us. And so that's always a fun thing. That's usually the first weekend in December. We go to her house and we build wreaths, and I usually make my stollen while I'm there, and the kids build their gingerbread houses. And we do the light dinner, which is a solstice celebration where everybody makes a gourmet meal or a gourmet dish that we combine to make a big meal, and we light the house in candles. And it's usually December 21st, so it's kind of a nice, quiet, just our family right before the like chaos of Christmas. So that's a really nice celebration that my mom started.
And so that's not a German thing. That's a family
No,
tradition that she started.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where she got, like she did. I remember being like 10 or 11 when she just decided we were going to start doing this. She calls it the light dinner because we light the whole house, and it's to celebrate the coming of the light. So it's very kind of pagan-y, and we're not religious in any way. So I'm not sure. I feel like she read about it maybe and thought it sounded fun, and so she just implemented it, and away we go.
And are those things that you think your kids will carry on with? Like, are they pretty invested in those traditions?
I think so. It's going to be interesting with my daughter having a baby this year because her baby's due right that first week of December. So we were talking about that. We're like, well, we're coming up for a gingerbread house, but also might be running off to go have like a grandbaby.
Yeah.
So that's going to be an interesting thing. But yeah, I hope so. They're like, Christmas is really big. Like we're really into it. It's definitely the holiday we all turn out for. We decorate and we get the tree, and we huddle up. The kids and I do a lot of baking. I know my sister does a lot of baking with her boys too, and it's definitely Christmas music and advent calendars and all of the traditional things, and then some fun extras.
Christmas through and through.
Yeah, Jen makes delicious Christmas baking. I've spent many a day sitting at her island while she's rolling stuff out, and it's pretty amazing. There's just
Chats
like
over
tins
tea.
and tins of yummy things to eat for sure. So yeah, my mom loves Christmas, and she always was really big on all the decorating, and she's like a master at crocheting. So she's crocheted everyone in the family, snowman and Mrs. Claus and Mr. Claus, and we've got all these beautiful things, and she goes all out decorating. She loves that. When the kids were little, I used to decorate a lot, but now that they're older, not so much. But once grandchildren come along, I'm sure that we'll get back into the decorating. We used to do lots of gift giving and all that kind of stuff as well, lots of Christmas baking. I actually got the speculous recipe from Jen, which is like a German gingerbread. And so we still do that. We still make, gingerbread cookies and decorate them together as a family. That's super fun. And nowadays, because my kids are older, we just do like a kind of a secret Santa thing, and we just each buy each other one really nice gift instead of doing a bunch of gifts. And as I said, I think that, once there's grandchildren in the picture, we'll start to ramp it up again, get a little bit more into it. Really, I think Christmas is very much for children in my kind of world, but my mom, she just loves it for herself, and her house is always just decked right out. It's amazing, absolutely amazing and beautiful. Yeah, so that's me.
I love Christmas for myself too. I mean, my kids are adults, and Yeah, I just love it. I love the festivities. I love the getting together with people, connecting. The commercial aspect, like no thanks.
Yeah.
Not so interested in that. As well, we do Secret Santa now with the kids, with my adult kids now. So, but I grew up with the gifts, with the stockings. We did a gift opening on Christmas Eve, and that was so exciting to be able to pick a present and open it on Christmas Eve. And sometimes it was a specific designated gift,
Mhm.
which often was pajamas.
Yeah.
Always pajamas.
Perfect.
We did that too. Yeah.
Which I loved. So cozy and
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The new Christmas jammies.
Yeah.
As little kids, we would spend time around the Christmas tree. I've got 4 sisters, and we would hang out in front of the Christmas tree, plug in the lights, and we were so cute. We would sing Christmas songs.
Aww.
Yeah, I have great memories around that. Yeah, so much fun. As an adult though, again, like moved away a lot from the Coca-Cola sort of Santa idea and
Yeah.
embraced solstice. So solstice is something I appreciate acknowledging. So we have a Yule log, we set intention, we let go, release things from the year that's passed, and just celebrate the light coming back, which I feel like has so much more meaning than other aspects of Christmas, without a doubt.
Absolutely.
One Christmas tradition which I freaking hated as a kid was my grandma would make a Christmas pudding, and it had it was steamed in a
Yeah.
like, I don't know how she did it, a double boiler or something, and it had like this caramelly sauce, and it was bad luck if you didn't have some. And this Christmas pudding had like for me it was me and my sisters were like, this is disgusting.
Was
Yeah,
it
it's
like
like
soaked
rum
in
and
rum?
raisins. Yeah, it's like a spice
Yeah,
cake, right?
and dried fruits in it, but it was just I think it really turned us off that it was steamed for some
Yeah, it's
reason, and I
mushy.
didn't like all the fruit bits in it. Yeah.
Mm.
So we begrudgingly would just like have the smallest little spoonful of it that we could possibly have, just so we wouldn't get bad luck. But yeah, not my favorite tradition. Not one I've carried on.
I wonder if like, I have the thing with fruitcake, and I'm always like, my sister makes fun of me because I have issues with suspended fruit. If it's fruit in a thing, like it
I
needs to be
concur.
cut up small enough that I can, like my leibkuchen I make, and it has chopped up fruit and nuts in it, but it's and same with my stollen, I make it. But it's funny how I've developed a tolerance for that, but I don't put raisins in my oatmeal cookies. Like, that's suspended fruit. That is a surprise that nobody needed, And so I wonder too about the fruitcake, like that
Suspended
steamed
fruit.
pudding.
That's funny.
This is what my sister just called it, and I'm like, yeah, that's it. I think it's suspended fruit. We were having rice pudding, and they put raisins in the rice pudding, and I'm like, why would you do that? We're perfectly good
I
rice
can handle
pudding that I
that.
love. No.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the candied fruit. That candied fruit that's in like
Yeah.
a lot of
But I
the
wonder if there was a better
Christmas.
recipe that it might actually turn out to be good. Like, if there was somebody who made with organic dried fruits and like rum soaked nuts and stuff. I bet it's probably really good. It's just, either a poor recipe, or as a kid you don't have the palate.
I have tasted a Christmas cake that blew my mind for those reasons, and it had a lot of nuts in it, and again, like nice like apricots, real apricots, and I tried my best to get this woman's recipe, and she's a Jewish woman who has had this recipe in her family forever, and there's no freaking way she would give it to me.
Oh, that is heartbreaking.
I tried to go in sideways too and get a good friend of hers to ask as well. No, not happening.
Oh, it's a treasure. It's a treasure.
Food is such a pinnacle piece of holidays, isn't it? It plays in so
really
hugely
is.
in tradition, sets the tone.
Yeah.
So let's dive in here. So we're going to take a look at different traditions and whatnot around the world. And I apologize beforehand for my, brutally trying to get out the names of some of the places and traditions and different languages. I'll do my best.
We're here to support you.
Or not say them. Respectively not say them. I think Zab threw that out in one of her past episodes. Okay, so first we are traveling to northern Sweden. So picture it. In the town of Gävle, I believe it's pronounced Gävle. Anybody?
Mhm.
Anybody?
Yes, I'm going to correct your Swedish.
Right. So in the town of Gävle,
We're
there's
just gonna nod.
shimmering. Yeah, sure, what she said.
Yeah, exactly.
Shimmering winter twilight, snow on the ground, Advent lights strung across the square, and standing in the heart of the square is a 13-meter tall, 3-ton straw goat. Meet the Gävle goat. This monstrous straw sculpture has appeared at the start of Advent since 1966. The Yule goat is actually one of Scandinavia's oldest winter symbols. Before Santa or even before the Christmas trees, the Yule goat was a guardian spirit of the season. In Old Norse myth, the god Thor rode through the sky in his chariot pulled by 2 magical goats, whom I cannot pronounce their names, so I'm not going to even try.
Yeah.
So goats were
Wow.
already kind of a big deal. Centuries later, the goat showed up as a harvest figure, a straw animal made from the last sheaf of grain. It represented fertility, protection, and prosperity through the winter. Eventually, the Yule goat became a festive prankster, young men dressing as goats, knocking on doors, and performing antics before gift giving. So again, the goat was a thing. More modern representations of the goat are found in homes. These smaller goats are used as decorations representing spirits of harvest and guardians of winter. So when an advertising executive named Stig Gavlin suggested building a giant straw goat at his city square in 1966, it wasn't as random as it sounds. He just thought, what if we make it bigger? What if we make it visible from space? Why not?
Really?
And the
That's so
city,
crazy.
and the city of
1967
Gävle
feels
said
like
yes.
appropriate.
Bigger is better. Yeah, let's go
Yeah.
big.
Space
So
race.
the first Gävle goat went up in 1966, and every year since the tradition continues. But here's the
Really? They
funny.
rebuild it every year?
Yes, every year they rebuilt it.
Wow. And how big was it again?
It's 13 meters high. Like it's a huge goat constructed
Wow.
of metal and straw. And like there's an incredible amount of material that's used to make this. Like huge
Yeah.
efforts. It's not a little thing. And it's quite stunning to see as well. It's adorned with nice red ribbon around its ankles and neck, and it's quite festive. But the thing about this goat is almost as soon as it's built, it's burnt down. Almost every year, someone's
Burnt down.
someone's decided the goat's fiery destiny should be fulfilled, and it's set on fire. So
Is it meant to be
arson
an
has
effigy?
become no, it's not.
Okay.
This is just a culture that's developed around this 13-meter goat.
Wow.
And they still do
So
it every year. They're like, it won't happen this year,
yeah.
though.
So according to the town's records, as of 2025, 42 of the 59 goats built have been damaged or destroyed. Isn't that incredible? 42
That's
of the
wild.
59 have been taken out, mostly by arson. So people have been using everything from matches, Molotov cocktails, even a car once drove into it and took it out. That might have not been fire, but it got taken out.
Wild.
And it started from the get-go. Like in 1966, the very first one was burnt down on New Year's Eve. Wild, eh?
Wow. I wonder how much it costs to build one.
Well, you would think it would cost, a
Yeah.
fair bit of money, right?
Yeah.
Some resources and effort and time.
If they had it so that it was like, okay, it's the symbol through December, it goes up December 1st or whatever, symbol through December, and then New Year's Day or New Year's Eve, it gets burned in effigy or something. I could see that sort
Yeah.
of as like,
Yeah, like,
hey,
why
we're
not
starting
embrace
burning it
that?
down. Yeah, instead they're
Yeah.
like,
Embrace that. Make it out of straw.
Yeah, accidentally
Right?
burnt
Make
it
it out of
every
straw
year.
and
Well,
burn it.
it is made out of straw. But yes,
it is.
actually have the event be something. But I think that
Yeah.
takes from the pleasure of having this goat in their town.
Right. So there's a competition between the people who are trying to keep it and the people who are trying to wreck it.
Yeah, it is. It is. There in 2001, there was a tourist from the States arrested. So it is illegal. It is obviously illegal to do this.
Right.
So he was arrested after setting it alight the day before Christmas Eve. And he
Oh, come on, dude.
he claimed that he thought
Yeah.
it was part of the celebration, like it was a legal part of the celebration. So
Oh
it
my God.
wasn't. He was
Yeah.
busted. He was convicted and spent 18 days in jail. And I think his fine was around 11,000 US dollars.
Ouch.
So, yeah. So serious
Ugh.
business. There's been all these different attempts, but one that sticks out in my mind was when vandals dressed as gingerbread man and Santa Claus and shot flaming arrows at it and took it down.
Oh my God.
There was also an attempt in 2010 to steal the goat by helicopter. So it is a thing. Like, people are invested in this.
That's
Oh my
pretty
gosh, that's
amazing. The
hilarious.
antics of
Yeah.
that town. Like, I can just see them plotting for the whole year.
Yeah.
Like, how are we getting the goat this year?
How are we going to get the goat?
That's
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
quite fun. Like, when it becomes, it's not just the goat, which is absurd enough as it is. But then when you're like, and
Totally.
now the goal is to like have security around the goat at all times while the townsfolk try to figure out how to destroy
Yeah.
it. That's funny.
Yeah, you've got the goat man watching it.
Yeah.
Totally.
goat
And can you
guard.
imagine what a legend you would be if it's like, oh yeah, in 2010 I took her down.
Yeah, flew it away on a helicopter and parked it in my backyard. I don't know, dropped it in the middle of the woods somewhere.
Yeah,
It'd be so good.
that's pretty impressive. The helicopter.
Mhm.
Obviously, there is, it's obvious that it's famous because it does get burned too, right? I mean, that's part of it. So it's become a bit of a cultural paradox where if it burns, people cheer, and if it doesn't burn, people are kind of disappointed. They want to see it burn.
Yeah, the goat won this year.
Yeah,
That's
that's right.
funny. I wonder if they keep like increasing security
Yeah.
Well,
around the goat.
they do. I mean, they've got security, they've got webcams, they've got all sorts of things. They've even tried at
Drones.
times putting fire retardant material on it.
Oh.
And then one year they hosed it down with water to get a layer of thick ice on it to help that would prevent burning. Still burn.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like they're advancing science somehow. Like, these are all like ongoing experiments, and they're testing out different methods to see which ones are most effective. They're doing a service. It's a public service.
I mean, you'd think they'd reconstruct it out of something you can't burn. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then it's not
there's
fun. I
a
guess
it goes
significance to
against
the
tradition.
straw. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's not fun. Yeah, who wants a
But it's not
plastic
fun
goat?
if they're gonna put you in jail for 11 months,
No, 11
right?
days.
For burning it down. 11 days?
Yeah.
18 days
Oh, I
he
thought it
went
was
and got to jail, but
18 days. We totally got
but
that wrong.
the fine's pretty hefty, right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's a it's a thing,
I feel like
right?
also a lesson to tourists. Like, don't step into other people's traditions. Like, just go there and observe.
Check it
Don't
out.
try to like take them
Yeah.
over. You just watch. Just watch. It's fine.
Yeah.
Unless it's
Right.
Scottish
It was
cheese
the
rolling,
fine
in
that
which
was
case partridge
11,000, right? Is that right? The fine was 11,000?
US dollars for that fellow.
Yeah, okay, that's where I got
yeah.
that from. Yeah. I was like,
Yeah,
where
the
did I-
equivalent
yeah,
of it.
okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
18 days and 11,000. Wow. It's a big fine.
Yeah.
Big fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Amazing, eh? It becomes such a global spectacle that the British bookies take bets each December. Will the goat survive?
Oh.
However, as of 2019, it has been illegal for licensed betting sites to offer odds on the goat's survival due to new Swedish gambling license law. So it was a thing.
That's
You could
so
make
funny.
some cash off of it.
Just like a little side bet, little hustle.
Yeah, totally.
That's
yeah.
really good.
So, yeah, if you're ever in Gävle, Sweden, take a look. Bring some matches,
Definitely.
but be quick about
This is
it.
going to become a Christmas destination for me now.
Exactly. Well, and the irony is they've created this huge giant goat that can
Mhm.
hardly make it through a holiday season. Yet these goats are in everyone's households, small, just understated goats that signify what they're supposed to, hold that meaning for people.
Mhm.
And, it just goes to show you we don't need to make everything big now, do we?
Not everything needs to be seen from space.
Exactly.
No,
Exactly.
probably not.
So now we're going to jump over to Iceland. Are you guys familiar with any Icelandic traditions? Zab, are you? You've got a husband who's got Icelandic blood.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
No, when we went to Iceland, it was in the in the summer, so I didn't get to see any of the traditions. So I'd be interested in hearing about this.
Right.
For sure.
Well, they've got some good ones. And so I've covered a few of them because they're just so creative and fun. I love them. So when it comes to winter traditions, Iceland doesn't do minimalism. This is a land where holidays involve 13 mischievous trolls, an oversized man-eating cat, and an entire population of elves and hidden folk who expect to be treated with respect or else. So there's a lot of like fear-based stuff in these Icelandic traditions. So in Iceland, the Christmas season is celebrated with 13 brothers known as the Yule Lads, who visit children one by one during the 13 nights leading up to Christmas. Each lad has his own mischievous specialty, doing pranks and causing trouble amongst households. There is the door slammer, who obviously slams doors, the sausage swiper, the candle stealer, the spoon licker, and so on. There's 13 of them, as said. And you can see, yeah. And you can see the lads have descriptive names for the mischievous ways in which they behave. They're all trouble, all these guys. The brothers are a descendant from mountain trolls and were originally more sinister and causing mischief and creating even terror. However, they've softened over time into quirky, gift-loving characters. Each night, children place a shoe in their windowsill. Good kids get small treats, while naughty ones get a raw potato. The Yule Lads first appeared during the 17th century in written accounts in relation to their mother, an org named Grilla. They were a fear-based discipline for children, which shifted towards a more playful prankster culture. So their mother, Grilla, is said to be a terrifying ogress who eats misbehaving children. And their family pet is an infamous cat called the Yule Cat, who roams the countryside and devours those who didn't receive new clothes for Christmas. How wild is that? So if you did not get new clothes for Christmas, this giant black cat will devour you.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine the pressure?
Yeah. No
but
kidding,
also,
right?
as a like you don't have control over the gifts you get, right? So you have to really hope that somebody loves you enough to not let you get eaten by a cat. Like, please.
Well, it's part of the culture, right? So
yeah,
hopefully your loved ones would have you covered.
Yeah,
give you some sweaters or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So in 1932, there was a popular poem written called The Yule Lads, which established the more recent version of the 13 Yule Lads with their names and specific personalities, including their mischievous deeds. So it's kind of akin to Our Night Before Christmas, this story that was written. And I listened to it being read, and it has a similar pace to it. And, you know, all these different Yule Lads come down and do their little mischievous bits. And so it is actually kind of enduring. By the mid-20th century, the figures began to evolve into gift givers influenced by the popularity of Santa Claus. So the, terror edge came off. So the Yule Cat, according to Icelandic folklore, is a giant black cat that stalks the countryside on Christmas Eve, peering in windows and searching for people who didn't get new clothes for the holiday. And if you didn't, well, let's just say you might become the Yule Cat's Christmas dinner. The Yule Cat started showing up in tales around the 19th century, though the idea likely came from something even older, the rhymes of Icelandic farm life. So this is the base of it. You see, before modern industry, most Icelanders relied on wool work, shearing, carding, spinning, weaving to make it through the winter. Finishing your chores before Christmas wasn't just about productivity, it was survival. So families made a deal. If everyone pulled their weight, they'd each get a new piece of clothing for Christmas. If you slacked off, you risked attracting the Yule Cat. So it was a work incentive originally. It's like, we got to get this work done. Winter's coming. We've got this window. So the Yule Cat was, I guess, dreamt up to speed up production.
It's just like the Yule Cat. Like, why is a cat eating people because they don't have clothes? Like, the logic there is just like, what? Like, I don't know.
Well, that's myth, right? It's just so random.
Yeah. Like a giant cat.
You dream it can happen.
It is like, what makes any more sense than 8 reindeer that fly through the sky and drag a man on a sled all over the world to climb down chimneys, like when you actually break it down, if you try to explain what Christmas is, this is, and a fat man is climbing down the chimney to celebrate the birth of Christ, and I have to feed him cookies. I don't understand.
Makes no sense.
So like,
it doesn't make sense
Yule
at all
cat
either.
is
Absolutely. Yeah.
probably just as logical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, as a Yule goat,
Yeah.
But I
True
mean, it
story.
makes sense when you think back to those times. Like the Yule goat had that last sheaf of grain which they harvested, so it was a acknowledgement. It was a thanks. It was an offering. So it makes
for
sense
agricultural societies. Yeah,
for sure. Doesn't transfer so well, although things do evolve. So the Yule cat stopped being a symbol of punishment and became a reminder of generosity and equality. So everyone, even the poorest families, should have something new and warm to wear for the holidays. So the Yule cat now fosters acts of giving and ensuring those who have not have. So there you go. What a beautiful evolution of that tradition, right?
Yeah, and in a harsh climate, really important.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah. So I guess, with folklore, it uses a lot of monsters to remind us how to be more human. It's so interesting. It's such intense scare tactics. But the lesson is like smarten up and pay attention to what really matters.
Yeah.
In Iceland, there is also a lot of lore around hidden people, elves, fairy-like beings believed to live inside rocks and hills. Around Christmas and New Year's, they're said to move house, hold feasts, and occasionally borrow human kitchens or livestock. Many Icelanders still leave offerings or keep pathways clear just in case, especially on sacred nights when the veil between the worlds is thin. The belief is so strong that road construction projects have literally been rerouted to avoid disturbing elf dwellings. It's whimsical, but it's also a deep reflection of Iceland's relationship with nature, treating the land not as a resource, but as a living community, which I just love. Zab, when you were in Iceland, did you see much around elf and fairy culture?
No, not really.
Yeah. Okay.
I knew it was there. Like, I mean, certainly in shops and stuff, you would see like elves and fairies and such, but we were there for a family reunion and we were more so getting into our roots and where, the lineage of the family. And that was really what we spent our time on, and eating delicious food and just that sort of thing. We didn't really get into folklore.
I think in the Icelandic tradition, it's not really folklore. Like they truly, truly believe this. I know within the Kawatsan culture here on Vancouver Island, I had an elder friend who shared with me this story, who was out. What was she gathering? She was gathering berries or mushrooms. I can't remember what it was, but she was out on the logging roads with a friend of hers, and she had a kind of irked feeling about the area they were in, but she ignored it. She felt a little unsettled, but thought, whatever, we're just going to do this. I know there's a good spot to gather here. And so she went and gathered and stopped because this feeling just wasn't shaking. And she returned to her truck to find on her driver's seat, I should say, there were 3 little pebbles lined up on her seat, 3 yellow little pebbles. And for her, it was a message from the little people telling her she wasn't welcome there. And so she was getting that irk feeling. This was a very strong confirmation of them warning her to leave. And it shook her. And she left.
Yeah, that gives me shivers. That's so cool.
Doesn't it?
Yeah. There's so much that we don't know.
For sure.
Or that we tune out. Like
we
we ignore our instincts. We ignore, whatever it is. We ignore these things and carry on. And so good for her. Yeah. Interesting.
It is interesting.
I know. I mean, there's tales of little people from cultures all over the world. Like, these little imps and mystic little beings that are, quite often a little bit troublesome, right? Like a lot of them are troublemakers, right? Like a little bit.
For sure. Yeah, but the prankster.
Yeah, and like demanding of respect. Like you don't mess with them, like kobolds and all sorts of things, right?
So interesting. I love it.
Yeah.
So one of the other fun traditions that they have in Iceland is one of the most comforting and I guess modern traditions. It's called the Christmas book flood. So every
Oh,
Christmas Eve, Icelanders exchange books, then spend the night reading and drinking hot chocolate. Doesn't that sound lovely?
that would be just
Hmm.
like my dream. That's all I want for Christmas,
I
honestly.
know.
Just give me a book
I
and a
know.
hot chocolate and a fire. I'm so
Yep,
pleased.
absolutely. The tradition began during World War II when imports were limited, but paper remained available, and getting
Mm.
books and gifting books became a national pastime. So today, most new books in Iceland are published right before Christmas, and families settle in on December 24th to read quietly together while the snow falls outside. How cozy, how lovely.
That's a nice tradition.
Isn't it? I
Hmm.
did try and
Hmm.
implement that in my family at one point, but yeah, I don't know why it didn't stick, but it didn't because we're all readers, so it should have, but it didn't.
Yeah, that's a beautiful tradition.
So, are you guys familiar with Krampus?
I am, yeah.
I've
I
heard of it.
love Krampus.
I
So,
do too.
Krampus is the dark side of Christmas, and Krampus like completely empowers the fear tactic around naughty and nice with
Hmm.
Christmas. Typically, in our world, when we think of Christmas, we picture all the coziness, the joy. But in parts of Europe, especially in the Alpine regions, the holiday season brings not only joy, but terror. We're talking about Krampus, the horned, shaggy demon who punishes naughty children. There's also a movie about Krampus, and I
Yeah,
have friends who it's part of their seasonal tradition to watch Krampus, and it's scary.
yeah, yeah. Because
Have
it's a
you
horror,
seen
isn't
it,
it? It's
Jen?
supposed to be like I
Uh-huh.
haven't seen it. I'm
Oh.
not a great horror buff. I'm trying to develop the horror muscle because I know there's a lot of. It's a really
Yeah,
fascinating genre, but I'm not good at it, so I usually hide.
Yeah.
fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, it's yeah, I don't get horror to a certain degree, but there's things like this where I can totally dig into. Krampus is a figure from, as I was saying, Central European folklore, especially popular in Austria, Germany, Slovenia, Hungary, and parts of northern Italy. His name comes from Old High German word Krampen, meaning claw. According to tradition, Krampus is the dark companion to Saint Nicholas. While Saint Nicholas rewards good children with gifts and sweets, Krampus stalks the streets with chains, bells, and a bundle of birch sticks, known as rutten. He swats misbehaving children, or in some older tales, stuffs them into a sack and drags them off to his lair. Fear
Goodness.
factor.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Jeez.
So Krampus is a living tradition in that every year, usually on the evening of December 5th, known as Krampusnacht, or
Nah.
Krampus night. Thank you. So can you say it? Krampus
I
not?
Krampusnacht.
Well
Do
done.
not judge me on my German.
Oh, don't judge me on mine. I'm going with your
Just doing our
option.
best here. Just doing our best. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Three blind mice. Here we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So on this Krampus night, young men in villages dress up as Krampus. They wear fur costumes, carved wooden masks with demonic faces, and cowbells that jangle as they run through the streets, dragging naughty children, or at least frightening them into better behavior. These Krampus runs, as they're described or called, are half parade, half riot. The Krampuses chase onlookers and really like they're out to terrify. I've watched a few videos of these parades,
Wow.
and it seems like in the smaller villages it's more intense. And there are
Mm.
people renowned for carving the Krampus mask, and they are demonic and scary looking. And
Wow.
some of the taunting of people with these birch switches, like they're giving her. They're whacking people and grabbing people. We couldn't get away with it in
No.
Canada.
No,
We
there's no
absolutely
way.
couldn't.
We're too
No.
polite. Too polite and nice for that.
Well, it would be
No.
harassment.
Yeah. It would be assault. There would be
Exactly.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way we could
Traumatizing
get
the children.
away with it. Yeah. Although they
Mhm.
do, today Krampus celebrations do happen beyond Europe. There's festivities in the US UK and Australia. So it's a tradition or a celebration, I guess. That's jumped continents. So it's kind of like this global counterpoint to Christmas cheer. It's the dark side of Santa's light. Very interesting.
Yeah.
So where did Krampus come from? Folklorists trace his roots to pre-Christian pagan traditions, possibly tied to ancient solstice festivals celebrating the balance of light and dark. Some link him to creatures from Norse mythology, like, is it Hel or Heel? Do you guys know?
I think it's Hel. I think it's Hel. Yeah.
Hel. Yeah, I think so too.
And I'm saying that with a great amount of authority, and I do not know, but I just feel like I've heard the term Hel from Norse mythology, because I've mistaken it for like hell, like they're saying the word Hell, but it's Helle, isn't it?
Or Hel?
Or Hel, I don't know. Anyway, Hell.
Yeah.
I'm putting in my vote.
I guess that character and the horned god Pan are both embodied with nature and wild chaos. So Krampus again was sort of figured after these characters. The Catholic Church tried to suppress Krampus celebrations in the 12th century, labeling him a demonic figure. But like many folk traditions, he survived, adapting alongside Christian customs, which is amazing, that it was able to.
Yeah.
By the 19th century, postcards and holiday illustrations showed Krampus along St. Nicholas, often playing threateningly with naughty children. Bizarre. So while Krampus might look terrifying, he's always had a mischievous edge, a figure that blurs the line between horror and festivity. He, again, like a lot of characters, was softened a bit, but I think that ebbs and flows. I mean, what we see, like that movie we're talking about with Krampus, there's nothing softened about that. It's full on
We should watch
terror.
that together next time I come to the island to visit. Watch it together.
We should. Well, and I think the legend I heard was that he would take away the kids, like snatch them out of their beds and take them away in a sack and eat them. So they were not, it's not like it wasn't just like as hitting them with a switch or something like that. Like it was pretty,
My goodness.
a final punishment for bad kids.
Pretty fatal.
You don't want to be taken by Krampus, for sure.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's amazing how punitive these traditions are. It just blows my mind. Can you imagine being a child back when Krampus was like to that extent, to that full capacity of terror? I mean, you slip up once and you'd be freaking out and worried the whole year that it's going to be your last one.
You'd be like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But you look at like the Grimm's fairy tales. Like I remember my grandfather gave me a book of Grimm's fairy tales when I was like 8 or 9. And I was reading them and they were like the OG ones. Those are horrifying tales. Like, the punishments and their torture methods and stuff. Like some of those original quote unquote fairy tales were pretty horrific.
Oh yeah. So scary.
So typically with the Krampus runs, it is young men who dress up as Krampus. So you'll be happy to know that gender normative is being challenged. And there's younger women who are stepping forth and saying, we're getting a go at this, and
you go,
taking
ladies,
on the Krampus role. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so that's kind of fun.
I feel like there should just be a full gender swap one year, like just only women, and they can just go and like beat all the men who've been creepy to them or like grab their ass in public or something. Just like
hitting them with switches.
Sweet revenge.
The men would never let it happen because they're like, oh no, Ingrid is coming for me and she is mad.
Yeah.
So funny,
I love it. So there you go, Krampus. Okay, jumping over to Japan. This is just an interesting little brief modern tradition in Japan. And I learned this actually from my nephew's wife, who is from Japan, where eating KFC for Christmas dinner has become a huge tradition.
Really?
Isn't that wild? Yeah.
I wonder if it's like because turkey's not a traditional. Like you don't like. I don't see the Japanese particularly. Food. Yeah, it's not Japanese food. They wouldn't necessarily have even the mechanisms, the size of stoves you would need to like roast a bird. So like if you're looking for a bird replacement, KFC.
Well, that's
yeah, I could just sort of see the
exactly it.
gymnastics of why that has become a thing. That's interesting.
But KFC is not even really in Canada anymore. You might find one here or there, but it's interesting that KFC is still going strong in Japan, of all places.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it was some good marketing. So you're right, Jen.
Yeah.
It was basically some foreigners who had been in Tokyo complaining, or not complaining, but who were desperately trying to get turkey for Christmas. And then someone involved, I can't remember who it was. It was in the 1960s. Anyways, this campaign was kicked off as a result of this for Kentucky Fried Chicken for Christmas. So instead of the turkey, it was a bucket of fried chicken.
You know what? I don't hate this tradition.
Yeah, it's not bad. KFC is
way
good.
less labor intensive. Just like
totally. Yeah. And the
so
dessert, the traditional dessert now is to have strawberry shortcake with the KFC, which is again just so wild, eh?
Strawberry shortcake is one of my favorite desserts ever, but very much a summer dessert in my brain. I'm like, this is wild to think that that's like your Christmas dinner dessert.
I know.
Yeah, you want the
that's
fresh
it.
fruits and such.
Super doesn't make sense. It's not seasonal. So families pre-order their fried chicken feasts sometimes wait in long lines and make KFC bucket a part of their Christmas Eve or day experience. So in Japan, Christmas, I mean, it's not a Christian country. Christmas isn't really celebrated as we know it. I think there's a fascination with the Western world. So there's the allure of the KFC.
Yeah.
And interestingly, Christmas is considered more of a romantic holiday. So it's spent with love, like in a more romantic way. While New Year's is more of like the family and friends get together time.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's I have Russian friends, and for them, New Year's is when you give gifts and you have big family and it's huge celebration. Like New Year's is huge, and Christmas they're very much like doing Western Christmas because they are supposed to, but they don't really get it. They're just like, I don't know, we have a tree, there's a couple of presents, they're just like kind of like, meh. But the New Year's is definitely the thing for them.
And is that Russian friends living in Canada?
Yeah, they're from Kazakhstan actually, but they're like Russian Kazakhs, and they immigrated here years ago. Like they've been here for 20 years or more. And there's quite a big on the island we have quite a big Kazakhstani community, and they turn out for New Year's. That is a huge thing for them, which is funny because I think of Russia as kind of, it's like European Christian nation. It doesn't seem like, I know their communism really was like anti-religious, but it feels like they would celebrate the same holidays as, Sweden and Denmark and Germany. Anyway, interesting. It's interesting knowing that in Japan, New Year's is the day.
Yeah, wild, eh? Well, and that's, I just can't get over the KFC thing because that's so gross to me. I'm not a KFC fan.
It's not my favorite, but also I could just see, like, I don't know, sitting there, like somebody goes and picks up the, like, festive bucket of KFC. You don't have to do any dishes. There's no cleanup. There's no prep. I just be like, add it to my hot chocolate in my book, my fireside, and I'm like chewing on a leg of chicken and reading my book.
Yeah, I used to love KFC when I was younger, but knowing all I know about how the birds are treated and stuff now, I couldn't get into it. But it did have a good coating. I mean, you gotta say, like, it tasted pretty good.
I remember my grandma, my dad's mom, talking about KFC. And this would have been in the 80s, where she was talking about how Colonel Saunders would be rolling over in his grave if he knew how the quality of KFC had gone downhill. So I guess like anything, it started out pretty damn amazing.
Yeah.
It is like, I remember it being really crispy, yummy chicken, and now it's always kind of wet and greasy. Like it's not, I don't know. But I mean, who knows? Maybe in Japan, like they've really, because like you go to Germany or France or somewhere and you have McDonald's and it's not the same. Like France, they have like on baguettes and stuff. You're just like, who knew that was a thing? So
really,
do they really?
Yeah, it's totally different. They have
healthier
like
version.
way different bread, and like you can buy beer at McDonald's, and it's I don't know, there's a whole bunch of, they have different menu items that we don't have here. I'm
Right.
like, interesting.
I remember, and this is a long time ago, being in Australia in my 20s and discovering the Aussie burgers. Like they'd have a fried egg on their burger and bacon, and like it just a heart attack waiting to happen. But I do remember in fast food places, they converted that tradition and would serve that as well. So
I think I remember that too. I was in Australia in the late 90s, and I remember going into a McDonald's at one point and being like, what is happening? Like, what is this?
Yeah.
Certainly not as
But you gotta
uniform as we
try it.
think they are.
At least once.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So I'm kind of interested in Japanese KFC, because I feel like if it's that much of a cultural tradition, they must up their game a bit, like they must have pretty good, because nobody's signing up for disgusting, greasy, wet chicken. Anyway.
No, I wouldn't think so.
The strawberry shortcake must complement it perfectly.
Yeah, that's wild.
Okay, we're gonna do one more. We'll just end it on this fun note. So we're going to go to Spain now, to Catalonia, where we have the Caganer, I believe is how you pronounce it.
I'm not going to correct you.
Thank you. So with the Caganer, if you can imagine, you've got a little nativity scene or a big nativity scene, whatever works for you. You've got Mary, Joseph, baby Jesus, the angels, the wise men, and then tucked behind a tree or next to the manger, there's a small figurine of a man squatting, pants down, and defecating.
This is amazing.
Wild.
Okay, I need to know where
you to
this is
say
from.
that.
No, I know. So yes, he's pooping in the nativity scene. So they're little porcelain figurines, and the word Caganer literally means the pooper. It's a figurine traditionally depicted as a peasant man wearing a red cap with a white shirt and black trousers. And again, he's squatting down and pooping. And when you see these little figurines, that's exactly what you see. And you see this little like emoji style coil of poop behind the figurine. And of course, outsiders look at it and think it's scandalous, but to the locals, it's adorable and it's deeply meaningful. So the Caganer isn't about disrespect, he's about balance. In this culture, the Caganer's presence symbolizes fertility, renewal, and the natural cycle, and good luck for the next year. His humble act is fertilizing the earth. And in an earthly metaphor, life, growth, and even holiness requires what's the base and the body. In other words, it ties into like no poop, no crops, right? So he grounds the nativity literally, and he brings heaven back to earth, insisting that even amid divine glory, we are still creatures of flesh and function. It's pretty humbling, eh? It's really kind of balancing the playing field there.
Yeah, that's so interesting.
You know what? Even Jesus poops. Even Jesus poops.
That's
for sure. Keeping it real, people.
That's right. When my kids would ever think somebody was like better than them, I'd say, oh, well, so-and-so poops too. Everybody poops. We're all the same. It comes down to it, right?
Exactly.
There's something about that brings you back to, we all are the same.
Yeah, it's a bit of like holy comic relief. I bet kids love it. They must have so much fun with it.
Yeah, that's got to be the best.
Originally, this little character is a rustic farmer, but now, like the modern characters are like politicians squatting in their little suits, soccer stars mid-poop, celebrities, cartoon characters, even the Pope, respectively, has been made into one of these little characters.
I want a Pope pooping.
Right?
I'm going to add it to my nativity scene, just like little Pope crapping in the corner.
Yeah.
You'd have some explaining to do for sure. Yeah. So
I'll get my mom to crochet one for her nativity scene. She's got a really beautiful like crochet nativity scene. I'll be like, okay, this is what you need to crochet.
Yeah, give her a new challenge this year.
Oh my God, so good.
Yeah, so there are, like in their Christmas markets, there are entire stalls dedicated to these little characters. There are unlimited selections of them, but they typically are fairly small, just little guys that
Yeah.
you tuck in your home nativity scene, so they're not too intrusive.
That's so
But I love
funny.
it.
That's so
I love it.
good. I
And
love it.
traditionally, as I was saying, they're traditionally male, but in recent years, again, feminist artists have started making female characters.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, exactly. Reclaiming the sacred space in the silliness of it all.
Yep.
Yeah. So that
I mean, even though we
is a
do
little.
poop sparkles, we should be included in this old tradition.
Oh, also in Catalonia, there's a tradition. See, poop is a big thing here for whatever reason. So it's the Caga, again, pronunciation, but basically it's the Christmas log that poops candy. So children are gifted a hollow log, usually decorated with painted smiling faces and little red hats and decorations on it. And starting on December 8th, families feed the log daily with small treats. So you start adding little treats into the log. And then on Christmas
Oh.
Eve or Christmas Day, your preference, the children beat it with sticks while singing traditional songs. And the reward is the log poops candy, nuts, and small gifts come about, and they consider the log pooping.
It sounds
That's
almost
So
like
wild.
a
It's like a
pinata.
pinata idea, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it does sound like
definitely.
a
Yeah.
pinata.
Except for there's like the process of people contributing to the log and
Yeah.
and the beating of the stick. Wild, eh?
Huh.
And then is it
That's
like,
kind
do
of
you
cool.
get out the
Yeah.
treasures that you put in? So you put in the candies and the nuts that you want to receive at the end, or is it like a swapping out, like you feed it, and then somewhere in there the magic
No, it
happens and
sounds.
you get poop.
Oh, that would be fun. You just get a chocolate milkshake comes out.
It must be tied to pinata though. Like pinata is also like a strange, like beat it with a
Yeah.
stick until it ruptures candy, right? Like this
Yeah.
feels very similar.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Y-
Yeah,
You guys, we
bizarre,
need to
but
broaden.
true.
We need to broaden our Christmas traditions. There's so much room. I
Mhm.
know. What, baking
Yeah,
cookies?
yeah.
Like, what are we? Yule logs? Come on.
Yeah.
Beat that Yule log, see what
We
comes
need to
out of it.
Singing.
expand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. You got to up our game.
Yeah. Clearly.
So, yeah, any traditions you want to take forward?
I'm definitely gonna, like, as soon as we get off here, I'm looking for a pooping pope. I am absolutely adding that to my oven. This is the thing is I have an
Yeah.
advent or I have a nativity, and it's like these tiny, ridiculous, smiling creatures. They're just like they just look like Charlie Brown characters or something. These little characters, and they make me so thrilled. And having no religious affiliation, it doesn't feel blasphemous or anything. It just feels like delightful, like these happy little creatures. And so I feel like a pooping pope can just fit right in there. He can just join in.
Oh, you should felt one. You can felt one thing. Yeah, felt one. I think I'm gonna felt one.
That's a great idea.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, a felt one.
Felt.
It'd be so funny. I like the books. I like the
Yeah, the books.
I like the Icelandic tradition of reading books. I think I'll incorporate that because we do the jammies Christmas Eve and we always do like appetizers and we just sort of hang out and chill on Christmas
Yeah, but like
Eve.
a book would be good.
I think that would
right?
be neat. Yeah, it'd be a neat tradition to start. I like that as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
When
love
my
it.
grandma was
New jammies in the book.
when my grandma was getting older and she couldn't go out Christmas shopping for us anymore. She every year used to give us, and we're all readers, like my whole family is readers. So she would give my mom a blank check and send us to the local bookstore. And we were just, we were like feral. She would just be like, go. And so my sister and I, we'd be like, yeah, filling every book that we ever wanted. My parents would buy books and we'd all like come out with a like stack of books. It was actually probably her best Christmas gift that she ever gave us was this like tradition that she started. But it didn't start until she was kind of, in her late 80s, and then she passed in a few years. So we had maybe 5 years of that, but it was really great. It was popular.
Aw.
Aw. That's
Mike
so
always
fun.
buys the girls a book for Christmas usually. He does
I
always
always
buy them
gift
a book.
books.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I
And
like
they're
to
so
give books too.
personal too. I mean, picking your own is one thing, but yeah, like I like sending. I've got a niece who's a real reader, and I have lots of conversations around what she's reading. She loves explaining in great detail her stories. So it's so fun when she knows I've been paying attention, and then I'll send her the next in a series or a book that I know that has a similar theme that she'll really like. So they're so personal, right? I think it's a way of really showing you know somebody as well.
My friend has a tradition with her friend that she does where they gift each other books that were like pivotal in their lives. And so it's not necessarily the book that I think you would like to read. It's the books that change something fundamental for me. And so I'm gifting it to you so that you can see me reflected in that. Like that, it's like a get to know you kind of a thing, right? And I thought that was such a cool idea of like giving somebody is like insight into who I am. And then you read it and like maybe it moves you, but at the very least you're like, oh, I understand my friend a little better, a little deeper, a little more, right? I think that's such a cool idea too.
Yeah.
I think that I'm going to just gift books across the board for Christmas this year.
There you go.
Done.
Yeah.
Done. And I
great
think this conversation was kind of fun and just reminding us about the balance of like dark and lightness, because that seems to be a common theme through all this, and just being conscious of our actions in the world. And I think if Christmas, as we celebrate in the Western world, could swing a little bit more back in that direction. I actually had a conversation with one of my friends last night, and he said he is so, because I was talking about doing this podcast today, and he is so done with Christmas and recognizes that he has created a bit of a monster within his family of extravagant gifts and over purchasing for his family members, because his kids are like, we don't even know what we would give you, because he buys everything for himself as well. And he's at a total lack and realizing, he's just buying to buy. So it's nice. I think our economic situation is helping people pivot a bit there too. And it's nice coming back to what
I think
really
a lot more
matters.
people are making handmade gifts and realizing the value in that as well.
I love handmade gifts.
Oh yeah, because then the person like put their creative energy into that, and they put their intention that they were making that specifically for you. There's something so like beautiful about that type of gift and meaningful.
Yeah,
I agree.
for sure.
I agree. Yeah.
Well, happy holidays, ladies.
Happy
Thank you. What
holidays,
a lovely warm up. I know
everyone.
this is going to come out later, but for us, it's like right at the start of our Christmas holiday, or for me anyway, this is where I start thinking about Christmas. So it's beautiful timing.
And speaking of giving thanks, we want to give thanks to this beautiful space that I'm in today, Dennison Design Co., which is a full-time studio specializing in custom millwork and finishes. If you're looking to renovate, build, or simply update your cushions, check out Dennison Design at www.dennisondesign.com. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah. Thank you. And
follow
don't
us
forget
on socials. Yeah, go for it, Jen.
Well,
do your spiel.
I was just going to say to, like, follow, subscribe, download some episodes if you can. We're on YouTube. We're on all the podcast platforms. We have all the socials. So just follow us at Murder of Crones. And we'd love to hear from you. So if you have any thoughts or comments, please share.
Love you guys.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.